These are just opinions, so don't get offended, please. Oh, switch on your mic.
Hey everyone, welcome to Filmfaffing with Sid and Aarya. He is
Arya.
and I am Sid, as usual. Don't worry, post will correct that. But welcome back to the show where we talk about anything and everything related to cinema and try to make parallel examples with our own life and our own experiences working here at On Black Media. And
In life also we work.
yes, in life, yeah. Obviously, yeah, we had a life before on Black Media. We like to tackle very broad topics, right? Pretty broad topics on this podcast.
Yeah, we start with specifics, and then we kind of expand it to real life maybe.
Yeah.
And cinema in general.
True. And so today is basically another example of that. We are going to be talking particularly about Pathaan, but an aspect of not of the film, but something that draws people to the audiences. Something
Draws
that
people to the audiences. Wow.
What did I say? Oh shit. Okay, so it draws audiences to the theaters to watch films, and that is something that Pathaan did extremely well. Whether you like the film or not, it is a smash hit, right? I'm sure I can say that.
Yes, of course. Like because it's broken all the records. It's the
Yeah.
highest grossing Indian
I mean, I know its
Bollywood
budget
film
was
of all time.
okay. I know its budget was also quite hefty, but it
250
easily,
crores for a film starring Shah Rukh Khan is decent. It has to be that.
It has to
At
be.
least
He'll
that.
probably get paid like 40-50% of that.
50% of that. That's usually the star fee. 50% of the budget is the star fee.
Damn, I was making a joke, but okay.
And then after that, a share in profits also.
Yes. So basically, yeah, they crossed it within 2 days. They crossed the 200 crore mark, and so yeah. So what is the deeper? What do you think is the main reason this movie did so well?
The only reason I want to talk about is because of the significance it's going to hold in history of Indian cinema, and also because what it is doing right now. So a few months back, an Amir Khan film released, Lal Singh Chadda, and at that time also, again, given the political climate
Yeah.
and what was happening, he faced a lot of flack for it. Remaking the film. Also, the film was not that great, but it's Amir Khan, and Amir Khan films have proven to be box office. What do you say?
Magnates.
Box office, yeah, magnets. Like,
Yeah.
barring the last film, Thugs of Hindustan, and this one,
Right.
all his films in the last 15-20 years have made money, mostly, apart from Talash again. But then, yeah, like he is that. But then around that time, this right-wing media mostly and how Khans are being portrayed, and his old Twitter videos,
Yeah.
his old videos of him saying he feels unsafe in the country and all that. Because of that, the film suffered.
Yeah.
It could have made more money, I feel, given the quality of the film, but still, like, it made less because of that. And the reason Pathaan is making this kind of money is not because of the story or because of Shah Rukh's acting or because of the direction. Nothing related to film and filmmaking, but because of Shah Rukh Khan. It's his comeback film.
The star and their personal life, I think, which is kind
Personal
of
life. Now, second aspect, the first aspect is his on-screen aura, his on-screen persona,
Yeah.
and the second aspect is what has happened to him in the last 4 years and how, like he kind of chose to deal with it, being a star.
Yeah.
So what I have read is that 2021, when his son was arrested, there was the whole plan was to baffle him and make him speak things which will again diminish his star power.
Yeah.
And he chose the path of patience, in which his son was there in the jail for a month in custody,
Yeah.
but he didn't say anything.
I think he and his publicists and his representatives, I think they handle it very well by not publicly
Yeah.
criticizing the. I mean, it's not just him. Like, let's just like be honest. Like, it's not just him who's, you know,
He was expected to play the victim card, me being a Muslim, that's the reason
uh,
it's happening to me, but he didn't do any of that. And I think he took lessons from, also from like what happened to Amir Khan, like him boycott, like him saying certain things about, you know, like he feels unsafe and all that, and that how it's biting
uh,
him. So it's like, you know, like I won't do that. That way he's very smart.
and stars in general. That's one thing the audience has, right? Stars in general, they don't. The audience does not ever want a superstar or any sort of film star to speak their mind on certain topics.
No, it's the opposite. They want. That's the reason paparazzi and media is after them. Like they ask them obscure and unrelated questions to film. Like if there's a film promotion going on, um, like there was this. I think around the time when I don't know, like 2017 or something, some attack had happened. Some terrorist attack had happened, and Sushant Singh Rajput was promoting a film, and he
Mm.
was asked something to give a statement on something happening in Pathankot. I'm just like, I don't remember exactly what happened, but yeah. And he was like, "Why are you asking me this?" And he got furious, and that's what he's like. You know, it's not my position to comment on that. Why am I supposed to? And they asked him these off-putting questions just to get a reaction from them because they are vulnerable, and whatever side they choose to take, just imagine like Deepika Padukone
Yeah.
standing at JNU protests,
Oh
not even
yeah.
saying anything
Yeah.
around the time CA and RC thing was happening, those
Right.
protests were happening.
Yeah.
That
See.
made a statement. Without even saying anything, she made a statement. And that's the reason she was under attack from the boycott gang at that time.
Yeah.
So they are vulnerable, but then if they know how to use the stardom in the right way, they can make money without making a great film. That's what I believe.
So you know me, like I mainly focus a lot on Hollywood and I know a lot about Hollywood
I'm the
actors and
Bollywood guy,
all.
you're the Hollywood guy.
And yes, yeah. And I'm trying to be more of the Indian cinema guy, trying my best. But the thing is that so in the US they have so many uh, huge actors, but let's be honest, they're not as internationally beloved as certain other actors from other countries. Because like if you think about it, like in the US, obviously there is a Tom Cruise. Everyone knows Tom Cruise. Everyone, he's like, I'd say he's one of the last remaining superstars, like main box office draws in the US, because he there are like people like he and maybe Leo DiCaprio. When anyone sees Leo DiCaprio like on the poster or something or in the trailer or something, they will go and watch it. He has that kind of, no matter what he does, people go and watch it. But in the US, they also all the actors pretty much, and even the press, refrain from trying to get uh, uh, reactions of like them suddenly talking about whether they agree or not with a certain law or certain, when they're there to do films. At least I've noticed that most of these press interviews, they're more or less courteous. I mean, more or less, what do you say, respectful to the actors. They do
Yeah.
talk about, they suddenly bring up some random question about like, oh, hey, I heard you cheated on this person, or I heard, you and J-Lo, something. That's a reference to Ben Affleck. But that they'll always bring up. So I've not really noticed in the US what you're speaking about here, that in India,
And
certain actors.
especially in Mumbai, actually, in Hindi film industry, that has gone to that extent where actors are furious, like
Yeah.
and they like to remain calm in that moment, because if you are in a gathering, if you're promoting your film, you are in a gathering of 1,000 people, and you are asked for an opinion on something political, and they try to keep away from political issues, because right now the country is divided, kind of.
Yeah.
So in that way, whatever they say, either this or that, they are going to lose audience. So they try and be, like they try to kind of contain that, because their film suffers.
Yeah.
But other topic that I want to touch upon is, do you think these, like, okay, and the other thing is that, so this is one thing, like what happened to Shah Rukh Khan in the last 4 years. First of all, his film hasn't come out in the last 4 years,
Mhm.
since 2018 December, and
Yeah.
that's why people were anticipating
The
a comeback
return of this
film.
superstar.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
because also he's getting old, right? Now he's at that point in his life where if he wants to do action, he has to do it now.
Yeah.
Beyond 60, 65, nobody's going to believe that he can do action. Uh,
Well, no, I
the
don't think that will
physical
be the
action, like
case.
yeah, guns and all, he can.
Well, look at someone like a Rajnikant. He is
He's not doing any
70.
action, right?
He is doing action.
What action
His
films?
last film on Netflix, he did a film in 2021. I forgot the name, but that's a full-on action film where he's obviously the hero, and they de-aged
No,
him
so
through
so
top of the
Shah Rukh
line.
Khan, the kind of action he's talking about is what Tiger Shroff does or what Keanu Reeves does, like physical hand-to-hand combat, that kind of action.
Okay, if it's okay, that kind of action, yeah. Well, Rajnikant never did that kind of
Like
action, I
even
think,
Kamal
but
Hassan in his last film Vikram, he's 67, and
yeah,
he did that.
he did hand-to-hand combat.
Not that much, but yeah, he did.
Because I mean, Rajnikant in his movies also there is that, but
It's a body double, of course.
body doubles and a lot, and his like opponents do all the work, flipping over.
Oh
You
yeah, he
know,
has to just
he does that,
push
and
them.
they like go flying back, and they break through 3 sets of walls.
Yeah,
You know, all of that, which is quite
unreal.
over the top and unreal. But so you're saying that Shah Rukh Khan actually wants to do the
So in his
work?
interviews, he has been saying that he came to Mumbai to be an action hero, but at that time, that position was already taken by Akshay Kumars and action heroes of those times, which I
Yeah.
don't like, which are not working anymore. But he was like, my goal was that, and he never like. Then he became this romantic hero, and he had to serve that aura of a romantic hero in the 90s.
Yeah.
DDLJ, कुछ कुछ होता है, दिल तो पागल है, कभी खुशी कभी गम, all that.
Right.
And that's why it's like, and he's like, he has never done a full-fledged action film. He has done films, action films like Ashoka.
Dawn.
Dawn is again more, like playing mind games. It's not like, a Mission Impossible, like what
No.
Tom Cruise
Yeah.
does or what a Keanu Reeves does.
What about Happy New Year? That was
It's
the
not
thing.
an
For-
action film at all. It's a
it's
heist
not a-
film.
Oh,
It's
okay.
an heist film, yeah.
Okay.
It's a heist film. Sorry.
Okay, so he actually wants to get into it like now, like consecutively.
No, I think yeah. Even next film, Jawan looks like a proper action film.
Oh.
But again,
Okay.
yeah. So now my point is, I feel Jawan would fail. That's again my prediction, and Pathaan didn't because both of the films, I am pretty sure that they are not great films.
Okay.
But the reason Pathaan succeeded was because people wanted Shah Rukh Khan. That's it, on screen. Because last year when Brahmastra came out,
Hmm.
uh, the opening scene was Shah Rukh Khan, and people,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
people like they went bonkers.
He's the doctor or something. no?
Something,
Some
something.
scientist.
He had, yes. I tried to forget the film after watching it because it was a blotch on my mind.
Calabam. Yeah.
Yeah. But now, and yeah, my prediction, like again, my theory is that if this film had come out back in 2019,
Yeah.
this film would have flopped because around that time, Shah Rukh Khan's films were flopping because people were saturated. He was trying to do something different also around that time. So again, this is my theory. So there's 3 Khans: Salman, Amir, and Shah Rukh.
Right.
Now Amir mostly he does like story centric films. Like for in his films, he gets into the character.
Yeah.
He doesn't serve like he has built the aura of Amir Khan as someone who does different things, who gets into character. Salman Khan is same in every film. He's Salman Khan. He's serving that aura of Salman Khan.
Yeah.
That stardom of Salman Khan. Shah Rukh wants, like, of course he's also a superstar, but he wants to believe that, or yeah, I can say that he's a good actor also. So as he's aging, he also wants to try different roles. But the thing is, people look at Shah Rukh Khan in a very particular way. Kal Ho Na Ho, all those romantic films that he has done,
Right.
Chak De India, like people, like he's trying to do something different. Like back in 2017 when Jab Harry Met Sejal came out,
Yeah.
he wanted to make a rom-com or a more grounded romantic film, which failed. Fan was again trying a new concept. It was concept-driven film, again failed. Zero was again he was playing a dwarf. It again
Yeah.
failed.
Didn't you know that failed?
That failed. All of his films after Happy New Year failed. Happy New Year also wasn't like a great film, but it made money.
What was that film where he plays some sort of drug boss or something?
Rais, that also failed.
That
It was again a true story.
So I felt like I like the fact that he tried to go for something
Yeah,
different, especially with that movie. But okay, I didn't know it failed. Like you're saying commercially.
all four films failed commercially. Apart from Dear Zindagi, which was not like,
Hmm.
again, it was, you can say the lead character was Alia, but not him.
So I think he understood. So even though he is a huge superstar, and even though everyone sees him as as a real box office
Yeah,
magnate, I think maybe he was advised also to kind of take a break, because I have a
yeah,
feeling, because 4 years doesn't just happen like that.
yeah.
He must have intentionally been like, you know what, I'm going to aim for
So
these.
initially, Pathaan was supposed to release in 2021, but I think around that time this case happened, and that's why it was postponed.
Oh,
That
okay.
was also one of the reasons I've heard. But
But that
anyways,
press would have also gotten, I think,
yeah.
good.
So what the right wing media tried to do with Lal Singh Chadda,
Yeah.
they tried to do the same thing with Pathaan, like boycott the film just because Deepika is wearing a big like orange bikini. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like finding faults in the film for finding, like just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
So that backfired, I think, this time,
Hmm.
because that gave the film that publicity, that intrigue that it needed. And again, like, with Shah Rukh Khan, mostly you can never have negative publicity.
Huh.
This happened, I think, back in 2010 or 9 something, when My Name Is Khan came out.
Huh.
At
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
time, again, because Raj Thakre and all that MNS, it was happening. But yeah, I was too young back then to even contemplate what is happening. But yeah, he has faced these kind of issues, like yeah, him being a Muslim star in a mostly like Hindu majority country.
Yeah.
But he is a superstar, and Pathaan worked because of his superstardom.
Yeah.
And the other aspect of this is that, like, sometimes this is something I hate. Someone like a Salman Khan, he tried to build his or rectify his image using his superstardom. All
Yes.
those
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
cases, he managed to, like, he was absolved of all these cases because he then, like, starting
And he was in a case where he had run over a few people, right? This was back
a
in the
few
late.
people, yeah.
Yeah, which is something. It's shocking that he was able to get off the hook
And
on
not
bail, right? I
on
think.
bail, and then trying to put that blame on his driver. He was not driving, and then
Yeah.
the my again, it boils my blood. But then when he makes fun of it, like I was showing you that video, something in Aapke Adalat,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
like, because I went to jail after that, drunken drive cases, drinking and driving cases came down by 75%. So me going in for jail, like, you have to look at the bigger picture,
That's such a screwed up way of trying
because
to
he's
absolve
not,
yourself from.
like, he doesn't regret what he has done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So
it's like saying killed those 5 people, but you know what? It helped the world become a better place because of. I mean,
yeah.
like, it's
So
such a
that kind
yeah.
of behavior, like, so superstars, I think they lose sight of reality also, because they have yes men all around them.
Huh.
They kind of, I don't know, like, at least some people, some stars, they kind of try to use the superstardom in a positive way. uh, I feel Amir Khan has done that. So when all these other actors, other superstars were using, like, Salman Khan hosts Big Boss, Shah Rukh Khan was hosting KBC,
Yeah.
Amir Khan was hosting a show called Satyamev Jayate, in
Yeah.
which he was trying to, bring out these issues, social issues, and bringing them to people, showing them all those realities.
That was a wonderful show. I remember
But
watching
yeah, again, it didn't get that TRP. That's why it was,
2, 3 seasons. That's all.
yeah.
Yeah.
I really like, I really like when, especially Amir Khan, but what has happened to him in the last few months, it's heartbreaking. But he is a fighter also. Yeah, he is a shrewd, like, not a shrewd businessman, but he's a great businessman. And I think,
Amir
yeah.
Khan.
So other aspect of superstardom is these actors are not actors; they are businessmen. They're selling
Yeah.
their brand. Shah Rukh Khan is not Shah Rukh Khan. He has also said this in an interview that I am not Shah Rukh Khan. I am serving to that brand of Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah. Yeah. There's an image again. There's this thing of having a certain image for what your, you know, superstar should look like, and a lot of people have, I mean, a lot of people are so influenced and inspired by him, though he's just yeah, as you said, just the face of a brand.
Yeah,
That may not be the real person inside that we're seeing, obviously, in press and whatnot.
yeah, yeah.
Because
That's
I mean, I do believe that actors, after a point, they are tasked with so much that they have to create this false image, to present themselves. And so then when they get caught because of some asshole or something like that who's recording them in their private home, when they get caught drinking or partying or something like that, then it becomes big news, like, oh, this actor who's in these children films or whatever is drinking.
yeah,
That came out about I forgot who, but some Hollywood actor or something like that.
yeah,
And just defamation, basically defamation of someone, just because they are, I mean, they're plus 40 and they're allowed to live a life,
yeah,
but what you see on TV is what they should be in their home also. This is one aspect, I will say, of this whole superstardom thing, that I don't like, how we're literally forcing them to live, or we're not, but rather their backers are
are
forcing
forced
them
to,
to, yeah.
are forcing them to. Sorry, yeah, totally true. Like, yeah, most of the Hollywood stars and Bollywood stars, they are supposed to behave a certain way.
Yeah.
And that's why, like what gets media attention and people's attention is when they behave out of that character of their star. That's
Yeah,
why they
yeah, yeah.
poke them, like, okay, give your statement on Pulwama attacks. I'm like, why? Why should we, So yeah, that's again a downside of being a celebrity also. But I think, yeah, Shah Rukh Khan again once said
And maybe
this.
the money compensates, I guess. But
Money does compensate, but then yeah, it's so much happening, like
I mean,
for them to make sense also of the reality and what is,
yeah.
yeah, it's very easy to get
I mean, yeah, who am I to
influenced.
criticize? Like, I know nothing of really what they're going through, so I guess, yeah.
Yeah, but see, at the end of the day, they're all humans,
Yeah.
and in a way, like their on-screen image overtakes everything, like their humanity also, and that's why we kind of expect them to behave in that superhuman way always,
Yeah.
be the saviors, but they're not. They're just
Some,
actors.
they're just actors. That's why some actors and some musicians I've seen that have tried to, like, this happens a lot with musicians actually, where they start off at a very young age, and obviously their key demographic, their key audience is like teenagers and young adults and whatnot. So they have to behave like very clean and very,
Yeah.
one of the best examples I can give is someone like a Miley Cyrus, or even Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber, yeah. And the thing is that Miley Cyrus, the way she broke out of that kind of, that teen celeb kind of spotlight, the way she broke out of it, I remember she did one concert where she wore like the most, to kind of, maybe to kind of aggressively tell the audience that, look, I'm an adult now, I can
No.
do whatever I want. My father is not always behind me, Billy Ray Cyrus is not always behind me, I'm not Hannah Montana anymore, I can do what I want. And she came out and she was wearing very
Provocative clothing
provocative clothing. Yes, yeah,
to
very.
provoke.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just to provoke. Not something she wears regularly or anything, but just to kind of provoke reactions and just to kind of state that, look, I am this now. And um yeah, so the thing is that I love the fact that I love the fact that there are some actors who try to fight to break this uh, superstar heading, or this fame
Yeah.
that people try to kind of closet them with.
Yeah, I think at some point it has to, like catch up with you, like you being a human also, like
Yeah.
your superstardom. Because in India, at least, like these people, like these superstars, they like Shah Rukh Khan stays at bandstand, but he can't go to and touch the water also of Arabian Sea because
Yeah.
people will kill him, definitely kill him.
Yeah.
So he can only stand there and like look at the sea, like whatever time of night. Not just film stars, even like stars on field, Virat Kohli, he can't go out in public. So
It's kind of free imprisonment. I mean, like, it's a strange, like, kind of thing, but
yeah,
it's like they are
it's all
restricted.
virtual, right? Like it's all in your head. Like if people love me, but you can't feel that love because it's all from a distance.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the cost of being that superstar. And One thing I want to touch on is like all these aspiring actors, at least, like since the time I have been in the film industry in the last 3 4 years,
Hmm.
all the actors that come to Mumbai, mostly, like I'm not saying all, but 80% of them, they want to be either Shah Rukh Khan or a Deepika.
Yeah.
And that takes away because I don't know why they don't realize it, but stars are, first of all, like they're stars.
Yeah.
Their acting can be ignored because they have developed that kind of aura. Again, um, I don't, I don't connect with that kind of cinema, which is star driven, because you have to serve the star also. Because okay, so a few years back, Rajnikant was doing these films with a director, Paranjit. Paranjit now is um a vocal director, very very politically active director
Okay.
who comes from Dalit background.
Okay.
And in both these films, Rajnikant played a Dalit character in Kabali and Kala,
Oh, okay, okay.
and he tried to balance it in a very fine way, in which he was serving the star also his aura, but he was
Yeah.
also making him a character, a Dalit character,
Humanizing him also.
humanizing him in
Yeah.
a way. So I feel like all the if Rajnikant, who has been doing this star-driven films for such a long time, if he's also making those kind of choices, I feel all other stars want to, because they all became stars through their acting,
Yeah. Yeah.
because they are capable of acting. Otherwise, I don't think they can survive.
Hmm. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so once in a while, I think this dilemma, this existential question for them would always be prevalent. That like, what am I doing? I'm just doing these films for no reason. Just to make money, just to serve the aura of my stardom.
Yeah.
And once in a while, they break out of it. Like yeah, even Ajit Kumar in South, and
Yeah.
yeah, even actors in other industries,
Yeah.
they do that, and that's a good thing, I think, because
Yeah.
now when that cinema would become like a balance between stardom and like a story,
Huh.
that's when it will connect with the audience. Right now it's two extremes: either you're just serving the stardom or you're just serving the story.
Honestly, one great example of that I can give serving the stardom, uh, Dwayne the Rock Johnson,
uh, or even
Black
Vin
Adam,
Diesel.
and Vin Diesel. Yeah, Vin Diesel though is he's a very
Food is here.
okay. Yeah, food is here. Can someone just collect it? We'll keep rolling.
Yeah, food.
Yay, food.
So we'll be having food now,
Yeah.
and you guys can have food or drink, whatever.
Actually, we're towards
What
the
a
end.
pop, maybe.
Watch a Back on Black. Actually, yeah. Is
Yeah,
that what it's called? Back on Black?
yeah.
Yeah.
From Black Media, Black on Media on Black Media.
So now that we got our food, I would like to talk
About food.
quickly. No, not about food. Well, someone who clearly eats a lot of food.
Brendan Fraser.
We covered that. The Rock. Dwayne. So basically,
You've never tried.
so I'll just give one quick example. So Dwayne The Rock Johnson is a huge, huge superstar, and he tried to make Black Adam all about him. He and his team. He produced the film also. So if you, I watched half the film. I couldn't watch the full thing, but I watched half the film, and it is only like looking at him as like this god and this even though that's not actually the character. The character of Black Adam was supposed to be an anti-hero, and there are other characters there and all, and the marketing also was just serving him, was just, I hate to be so crude, but just kissing his ass a lot, and that kind of
He must have.
backfired because they constantly tried to also tell, like when the film released in theaters and all, it didn't do well in theaters, but they were saying it's a hit, it's Dwayne Johnson's number one film, until finally they just revealed that it was a bomb. So basically, with superstar stardom, I hate to say this, but once in a while I do like it when maybe an actor is knocked down a few notches, because otherwise the films that they come up with become very centered around them. It may not be their fault, but that's when story goes down, and it's just about that figure.
Another example in Bollywood would be again Salman Khan when he tried to break out of it, which was like two films with the same director, Kabir Khan,
Okay.
Bajrangi Bhaijaan, which worked well, which I also
Yes.
liked. Even today, I think I would say I like it. And the second was Tubelight, which failed. And after that, he
Yeah.
made a decision that he's not going to go back and play, uh, like characters which don't show his abs or his body or his action, whatever figure.
Yeah.
So he like the thing is they always try to break it, but sometimes people kind of don't respond in that way. And maybe the story is also not that good, but for them they chose it because they thought the story is good. And
Yeah.
that like again Ranbir Kapoor also with Bombay Velvet.
Yeah.
What happened there? Like a big budget film in which he was playing a character, but then kind of it failed, and that's why he chose to go back to doing films with Karan Johar's and Rajkumar Hirani's. He was
Yeah.
like going in that direction because he wanted to do content-driven cinema,
Yeah.
which kind of now he has taken a backseat. Like he's doing films with Love Ranjan
Mm.
and Sandeep Reddy Vanga, like two of the I don't want to say it, you know it, but two of the directors who I don't particularly like their ideology, their worldview.
Right.
But
Okay.
he is doing that, which is sad because he should not be doing that. He can. He's a better
Can
actor
do
than
more.
that.
Just to wrap things up, superstardom. That's one thing. There is one thing of like getting tickets, right? Getting audiences into seats, but that should not be at the expense of a story, or that should not be
Because you became a star
yeah,
of
because of that
films or
films of the character
stories,
or the story that was given to you, and now you're using only that to kind of lure audiences
and the
in.
story is
Because
nowhere.
and
It
yeah, and
is
the story is
same.
nowhere, and that won't last forever. After a point, audiences will be realizing like, what, this is the same shit, and it'll slowly decrease until that star can't even shift out of that. So yeah.
Yeah, they should learn from us. They should watch this podcast. Shah Rukh Khan should watch this podcast.
Yeah,
But
they'll
he's just
be.
made 100 crores. I think he's partying somewhere in Germany. So,
Yeah, wow.
and we are sitting in Jogeshwari.
Not partying somewhere in Germany.
Yeah, but we're having food.
Yeah, good food.
So
So,
yes,
all
yeah.
right.
That's it from our side
That's
for
up to you.
today,
Yeah,
and we'll see you soon
we'll see you all soon
the next episode
of Filmfaffing with Sid and Arya,
of Filmfaffing with Sid and Arya.
and
I'm Arya.
hopefully he's Arya.
Hopefully, I'm Arya.
Hopefully he's Arya, and hopefully I am.
Sid.
Yes,
Vicious.
I almost forgot his name. Sid Vicious.
Sid Vicious.
Thanks for watching, everyone. See you.
See you all.